Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, Lady Lotus, she will be here after the first half. Guys, want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page, the J Spot. Also, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe and like today. We have some great exclusive content that will be coming only on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe today. We'll have the link in the comments. That's the J Spot Radio, and J is spelled Jaye. Woo, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. The J Spot. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with us, guys. We have a great show lined up tonight. Plenty of hot topics. Listen, guys, the first hot topic. Let me tell y'all something. I love me some Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. You all are off the chain. You all are a trip. You keep me in stitches every day. Let me just say this about the groups. You all, please stop being in y'all feelings about everything that's posted in these groups. If the conversation is not for you, do this. Sip your coffee, live your life, and move on. Stop jumping on a post, every post that does not agree with your intellect. Stop jumping on every post. Oh, this is a dumb post. Listen, it may be dumb to you, but somebody actually had a question, or somebody wanted to get this off their chest. Somebody wanted to discuss it. So if it's too dumb for you, then just unfollow or just don't follow the post. But please stop getting on here, because some of us, we act like we are just always on an intellectual level. And those that be complaining about the post, listen, most of y'all be posting stuff that has so many grammatical errors in it that it's not even funny. So if you really want to get technical, that's why your stuff ain't being approved, because the English is just so bad. Your so many grammatical errors that I can't even understand, that the team can't understand to even post it. So if you think that the post is dumb, you're entitled to feel that way. But let's not be like that. If you don't like the post, move on. Like, don't let it steal your joy. Just keep it moving. Okay. With that being said, guys, we have our great show lined up. Listen, guys, the first hot topic. Now, listen, we have to do better. Okay. It's certain things that we should not be doing. Now, listen, the first hot topic. This young lady, she was put off a flight because her outfit was inappropriate. They turned this sister, well, she wasn't a sister, she was, of the pink persuasion, but they turned baby girl around. Now, listen, she had on a midriff shirt and some stretch pants. But the problem was, she squaz in the outfit, and they deemed the outfit inappropriate because she had a lot of spillage in areas that people did not find flattering. She had a lot of spillage in the stomach, in the stomach area, and just all over the sides. Now, the young lady was highly upset. What do you all think about that? Do you all think that the airline was inappropriate and out of line for putting this young lady off the flight because of her outfit. What do you all think? Again, she had on a midriff top, so that means the top came on up to here, but she had some extra stomach and she had some extra sides, and they deemed the outfit inappropriate. So they like, listen, you can go a whole lot of places with this outfit on, but on this flight will not be one of them. And so she was upset. So now she's calling the airline out. What do you all think? Do you think that the airline was out of order for putting her off the flight because of her outfit? Again, when I looked at it, listen, we got to make better choices with our wardrobe. Everything is not appropriate for outside. Let's just get that straight. Everything is not, just because you can wear it at home, don't mean you should wear it outside. Listen, I'm not body shaming anybody, because again, if you're thin, nobody wants to see you wearing those shorts and you see all the burnt part of your butt. So I'm not body shaming. The inappropriate outfits go for all sizes. So do I think the airline was wrong? No. Put her off. Nobody wants to see all that. Listen, go home, put you a shirt on. They could at least gave her a chance to, put another shirt on if she had another shirt. But you gotta learn. It's like it's a certain thing called being decent and in order. And in 2022, look, my tongue got tired because I'm excited for drinking my coffee. But in 2022, we have gotten so far away from being corrected. We can't correct, nobody can correct you on what's right and what's wrong without it being, oh, they hating or it's offensive. No, it's what's right and what's wrong. Like, something we can tell you what's wrong. Your outfit was out of order. Sugar, don't nobody want to see you. We know you had a hard time getting that sheet. Listen, we see you turning red. That's because the shirt is too little, okay? And it's not too little in a good way. You sitting up here struggling to breathe because that shirt is too small. So, sister, baby girl, she wasn't no sister, thankfully. Woo, Lord. But we are not above correction. Correction is correction. You were out of order with that outfit and they had a right to put you off. They're kids. Nobody wants to see all of your body spill it. They don't. Now listen, look, I know they all for the body. Listen, I'm all for it too. But there's a time and a place for everything. So let's not get it twisted. Come outside. Today in 2022, they coming outside with their pajamas on. They're coming outside with the bonnets on. They're coming outside with the flip-flops on. Coming outside with a nasty underwear showing. And so, but we got to be okay with that. We just have to act like, yep. We got to act like that ish don't look stupid. It looks stupid. It looks stupid. In case nobody has told you today, bruh, that your drawers, you being 45 years old and you still sagging, bruh, that looks stupid. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just go ahead on behalf of the sisters. It looks stupid. Sis, them eyelashes, them ridiculous eyelashes and the ridiculous nails with all of the ridiculous, it looks stupid. I'm just going to tell you, it looks stupid. You fine with wearing it, but I'm just telling you what they saying in the barbershop. I'm just telling you what they saying in the beauty shop. And word on the street is it's not a good look. It's a no for it. So yeah, baby girl, you have to do better with the outfit, because again, coming outside, there's a time and a place for that outfit. And the outfit, because I saw the picture, we'll have the picture posted later, but the outfit that she had on, it was definitely inappropriate for an airline. And speaking of inappropriate outfits, listen, the next hot topic, what do you all think about this? So there's a couple, so they're at home, so they live together. So the guy, he has his boys over. So his girl was there, she had on her nice little cute, her little clothes that she wearing around in the house, a nice little, again, the stretch pants and a little tight shirt, which is, it's fine to wear because she went in the house. So he got his guys over, and so he's talking to his guys, and they sit in the front and they're talking. And so she just prancing around in the front room. She's just prancing around in the middle of the conversation. So one of the friends said something. He like, because the dude didn't say anything. The boyfriend didn't say anything. But the friend, he addressed the girl. He was like, can't you see we trying to talk? He was like, are you able to go to another room or something like that? So the young lady, she tells him, I pay bills here. This is my house. I pay the rent here. I ain't got to go nowhere. You can get out. Do you think that she was appropriate for that response? Do you think that she was out of line for telling him he can go that the friend can get out? Or do you think that the friend was wrong for addressing a young lady in her house? Do you think that she was wrong for addressing him? Listen, your dude friend come over and they sitting around having fun and they talking. Ladies, what do? Like, what is the proper etiquette for that type of conversation? When your man has his friends around, are you going to just sit around and be in that conversation? Because again, these his guys over. First of all, you had on the wrong outfit. And then what are you? My thing was, why are you sitting in their face? Like, he's here to see his friends. Like, he's not here to see you. So why are you here? Why don't you disappear and get some business? So the thing is, the friend, in my opinion, the friend should not have had to address her, because it should have been her man's job to check her and let her know, you know what, listen, look, we trying to chill and kick it or whatever, watch the game, whatever the case is, whatever it is, he got his boys there. He don't need you up in the front. So the moment you see his boys coming in, you need to find you some business somewhere else. Don't nobody care because you pay the bills. That's just like when your girls come over. So what? You want your dude to sit right there in the midst of you having girls' night, or are you gonna expect him to go in the room, the bedroom, and play the game or whatever it is that he does? But is it appropriate to sit around when your man has company? Ladies, are you sitting around because I guess this is a new chick, these new millennium chicks, this is stuff that they doing. But we were taught even as kids, and maybe she wasn't taught this as a kid, because we was taught that when your parents, they had company, you had to find you some business, and your business was not sitting in the midst of your mama and your daddy and the grown folks. You had to go find you some business somewhere else. So maybe she wasn't taught that, but it's highly inappropriate for you, a woman, to sit there, especially dressed the way she was dressed. Yes, it's your house. But again, it's a way to do everything. It's your house, but your man has company. So if your man has company, why are you walking around, prancing around with the tightest shorts on, with the tightest? Come on. Like, we have no morals, no ethics, no respect, no integrity, no anything. Because to deem that appropriate, because this is your house and you can dress and you can be wherever you want because you pay the bills, baby girl, that was very, very, very inappropriate. And you are out of order for that. So again, when your dude have company, find you some business. Like, fellas, what do you guys think about that? Hey, how you doing, pretty Barbie? Felicia, she's saying it's called self-respect. Absolutely. It's just like, why would you want to sit dead smack in front of your dude? Like, you don't respect yourself. Like, you prancing around your dude's friends in the tightest outfits. If that's not bad enough, the outfit alone was bad enough. But to have the audacity to sit there in the middle of a conversation, like, your dude can't even have company without you sitting there. Cause listen, women, we build houses. We don't tear up our homes. And that right there, that's how you tear up a home. You tear up a home by not knowing how to be a lady, not knowing how to be the lady in his life, not knowing how to be a woman. Listen, you his woman. He don't want what you got being shown to all of his friends. Yes, whatever y'all do in the confines of y'all house, that's on y'all. But once somebody comes in, then you have to tone that down until they leave, because now you got company. So you have to act like you have company. Listen, I'm grown. I can do what I want to do. Well, can you do what you want to do and have respect while you doing it? Like, what's that all about? Do you have to, is your self esteem and your self worth that low that you have to go and prance to get attention from any dude that comes into your path? Because that's what that said to me. That said, that was some low self esteem having, that was a low self esteem having young lady, because it's like the moment your dude's friends came, if you let them in, address them, and find you some business. There's no need for you to sit around. If you bringing him drinks, if you bringing them food and you kind of like hosting it, then you need to go and change your outfit. You need to put on some appropriate clothes to be around his friends, because you know that they gawking. Now they finna have beef, but it's your fault because of what you got on. I don't even want to hear all that. That's her house. She should be able to dress however she want to. Yes, when it's just her and her family. But when you got company, come on. You gotta be decent. You gotta do better. Felicia, you're saying yes, because if the friend says something out of the way to her, then it's her fault. She advertising it. Absolutely. And we get so men are territorial. So it's just like he don't want you. Listen, now you put him in a position where he got to either check you or check his friends. If he check his friend, then he gonna be a clown because he should have been checking you. If he checking you, then you finna have rocks in your jaws because now you feeling like he taking his friend's side over your side. When yes, he should have took his friend's side in that instance because you, baby girl, were out of line. Put some clothes on and get out of these dudes' face and find you some business. Because again, had it been the opposite, where it's you and your girl sitting there and y'all chit-chatting it up and having a good time, how would you feel if your dude came out and he had his little boxers on or whatever, and then he came and he sat between y'all as y'all trying to sit and have girl talk, and he's sitting right there in the midst of y'all? How would you feel about that? You wouldn't like it. So we have to remember the golden rule. Let's do unto others as we want them to do unto us. See, we this is a part of being grown, being able to take a little correction, take a little corrective criticism without it. Ain't nobody finna judge me. Ain't nobody finna tell me what to do. No, sugar, we trying to help you build your house instead of tearing it up, because at the rate you going, you ain't gonna have a house. You may have the physical structure, but you're not gonna have all the things that make your house a house if you keep acting like that. Guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we have so many more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yes, listen.
Because it's true. Yeah. I would not believe if someone would have told me you would come along to reveal my soul. Cause I was so in love, my heart had grown cold. So cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where was needed. Not a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Oh yeah, loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love sex. The passion and care we show one another tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you, love. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy to love, Said it's easy, baby. Oh, easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. So easy to love. Easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, yeah, is what I search my life to do. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, Lady Lotus, will be here after the first half. Want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all go to our page, the J Spot, like us on Facebook, the J Spot. Also, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe and like today. That's the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye. Guys, listen, our next hot topic. Okay, now, ladies, listen, we're striving to date and we striving to be booed up and all of this other good ish. So there's a video circulating around that was in the group. So the young man, he went over, to the young lady's house. I don't really know how comfortable I feel with that, with her having a child. So she had a young daughter, and the little girl was probably about 7 or 8 years old. And from the jump, this little girl, she's mean mugging the guy. And I mean, just being real nasty, just like, I think I was like that as a child. I think this little girl reminded me a whole lot of myself, but she was looking at him like, listen, jump up if you want to, she's like swelling all up at the dude, but behind her mom's back, like her mom would turn around and then that's kind of how she would swell up at the dude or whatever. So the guy, he's trying to be friends and, make nice with the little girl, but she's just giving him like all kinds of stank. She giving him all kinds of stank attitude. She giving him all kinds of stank looks and all kinds of, she just was not feeling this brother whatsoever. And she did not make it a secret. And so her mom caught her on her last attempt because the guy gave the little girl a toy. This little girl, baby, she took that toy from him. She grabbed the garbage can and slid it over to where he was. She looked at him, took the toy that he gave her, threw it in the garbage, and walked off and told him, "You need to leave this our house." Fellas, have you ever dated a woman that had kids that were so bad, you said, "You know what, forget this. She cool and all, but it's not worth all of this. I'm not going to sit up here and deal with this disrespect from a kid." Have you ever dated a woman that her kids was just so bad that you like, man, I'm not even going to deal with this. And it made you swear off dating women with kids. Ladies, has your kid or kids ever ran off a dude that you felt like, man, this could be a good dude right here, but your kid ran him off? Now, I know some of us, listen, as mothers, we can get a little in our feelings and we don't want to admit that our kids got 666 on the back of their head, that they children of the corn, or they Rosemary's baby. Now, I know, listen, can I tell y'all something? Some of y'all kids are bad. They real bad. They real bad. I see them in the schools, see them running around in Walmart and Target and all in the restaurants. Y'all got some bad kids, okay? I'm gonna tell you, I done seen them. Now, some of them I just sit and I be waiting. I'm like, now I know you gonna snatch them up. I know. And then when nothing happens, I'm always thoroughly thoroughly disappointed. I'm always disappointed in the fact that the kid was not snatched or snatched up for that bad behavior. So, fellas, have you ever dated a woman that her kids was just so bad? You said, you know what? Bump this. This ain't even for me right here. I don't even have time for this. She cool and all, but I can't deal with this. I cannot deal with a kid that has this type of disrespect, that this is this bad. Because guess what? If it's like that now, and y'all just dating, just imagine what's gonna happen if you all decide to get married and take this thing further. And so, to make matters worse, the mother, she saw the little girl when she took the toy and threw the toy away. So she did not check the daughter. She did not correct the daughter. What she simply did was she pacified and she condoned the behavior. She condoned the disrespect that her daughter dished out to this guy. And that right there, guys, now listen. I'm all for listen, you date the women and all this and that with the kids. If that's something, if you can accept them as a package, whatever, I'm all for that. But this right here, fellas, this is a sign to run. I'm going to let you know. Run. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. If you got a kid and they're being disrespectful like this, and the mother doesn't check the behavior, she pacifies it or condones it, run. Because it will always be you against that child. And what I'm not about to do is sit up here and go back and forth with a child. I'm not going to do it. Whether it's mine or not, that's what I'm not fixing to do. Because had that been us, listen, we would have got knocked clear across the room, and we'd have been Ray Charles trying to find out what happened, acting like that. So you all, you got to get them kids in order. You got to get them kids in order. Now listen, I say you. Now listen, let me just tell y'all a transparent moment. When I was growing up, and we had my stepfather around, listen, God rest his soul, this man took on not one, not two, but it was 6 of us. My mom had 6 of us, and none of us were his. Okay, so my mom was married to my dad, and that didn't work out. So my stepfather, he had to be this was a brave man, 6 of us. Now, here's the deal. In our defense, we were all angels. Listen, but the devil had angels too. I'm gonna tell you like that. But we were all angels to my mother. Like, people would watch us. Like, that's just how well behaved we were. People would watch all 6 of us at one time. You know how some people, you can't take all them kids to one person because it just be too much, because all these personalities. We were not those kids. Like, my mother was able to drop all 6 of us off, at one person's house, and everything would be all good. Until my stepfather, I think that's what changed. When he came into the picture, I think that's when her angels, the angels of the Lord, became shepherds for the devil. Because we changed. I'm gonna be honest, we changed when he came around. So he, Lord have mercy, I swear, we were the perfect combination, because he was so petty. Lord, I swear, he got us good. Growing up, it's like it was just a tit for tat. Long story short, we were not innocent. We tried to torture this man and play mind games with him and just do crazy stuff. But guess what? He was so petty. Baby, listen, you talk about meeting, matching petty for petty. Oh, he was for it. He was for the shenanigans. He was for the garbage. He was for the games. He was for whatever it is that our little childish minds can concoct. Baby, he was for it. All I can say was he was the real MVP, because dealing with 6 kids that were not his, now in hindsight, God rest his soul, because he passed on years ago. But I would always have respect for him and love for him because he came in and he took on 6 kids that were not his. And he never treated us any type of way. So that's why when people make statements like the next statement I'm going to make, that was a post, the guy, he said, um, he only buy Jordans for his real kids, not his stepson. He only bought Jordan. Step kids get step stuff. Real kids get real Jordans. And all I can say is I'm just thankful that we never experienced that type of neglect and emotional abuse. Because when you do things like that to kids, it leaves an impression on them. And then guess what? They turn to be bitter dudes like the dude that posted that post. Real kids get real things, step kids get step things. That's a bitter dude. Somebody neglected you in your life. Somebody did not hug you enough. Somebody did not love you enough. Somebody did not pour in enough positive energy into you that will cause you to intentionally do something like that to a kid. My thing is this. I said it once and I'll continue to say it. If you know that you're not the man to take on the job of another, because here's the deal, it's a job. It's a job. If those are not your biological kids and you're stepping into a situation, it's a job. If you're not the man for the job, don't sign up for the position. Step back, but don't go into these kids' lives messing them up even worse than what's going on currently. You go in there, these ain't my biological kids, so they ain't gonna never get all of me. Listen, you raggedy some. Leave them kids alone. Leave their mama alone. Don't even step up to the position if that's the way you think. I'm not mad at you for feeling like that because you're entitled to feel like that. But I'm going to always side with these innocent kids. They don't need your raggedy, low vibrating behind coming into their lives, making things worse. They're already dealing with enough. If you can't love them and point them in the right direction, the best thing you can do is leave. Leave them alone. Leave their mother alone. Don't sit up there and waste up time and space and energy in her life when you're blocking the opportunity that another man is waiting for. See, you may not be the man for the job, and that's fine. But there's a man out there for the job. There's a man that's out there that will love her kids as his own. It may not be for you. Listen, I'm all for men that say they don't want to take on another man's responsibility or raise another man's kids. Here's the deal. I'm a woman. That's a big job. And I'm not mad at men that say I'm not up for it. I'm not mad at that. I respect that. Walk away. Walk away from the situation. Walk away from her. Walk away from her and her kids because it's too much for you. But there's a dude out there that's waiting to love on her and her kids as his own. Those my kids, not step kids. They're my kids. They need something. I'm their daddy. They know who I am. Not you. You leave. You leave and do what's best for you. Nobody's mad that this is not the situation for you. I'm not mad at that. I don't bash dudes that feel like, you know what? I don't want to take on another man's kids. I'm not mad at that. Brother, I salute you. I respect that. Because again, I understand it's a huge, huge responsibility. But when you know that you're not that man for that job, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Where you become wrong is when you step into her life, when you step into her kid's life. And then You treat them like secondhand citizens. Now, you raggedy bastard, yes, you are wrong. Okay, you are wrong because you knew you were not up for that. You knew that wasn't the situation for you. But yet you walk your raggedy behind up in there. Now you messing up these kids' lives. I shouldn't have said the B word. He is what it is. You walked into those kids' life. Now you treating them less than. You're treating them less than because they're not your biological kids. And that's so unfair. It is never okay to treat a kid less than. Again, if it's too much for you, don't sign up for it. Because listen, I'm saying this, I'm admitting this. It's rough. It's rough blending an outside person and then you got your kids, especially when your kids are crazy and they disrespectful and some of them need an exorcist and some of them need to just be snatched up by the shirt and some of them need to be knocked into the middle of the... Listen, it's a lot. It's a lot. And this job ain't for everybody. It's not. It's not for everybody. That's a job for Superman. He got to come in there with the big old S on his chest. That's the job for him. That ain't for... Listen, so if your vibration is low, listen, keep it moving. It's okay. Listen, ladies, y'all need to start letting them. Low vibration dudes need not apply. Don't step up over here. Listen. And this is what, ladies, this is what you have to do. You have to weed out the conversation. You got to have this conversation now. Don't go throwing we a package deal. Don't go throwing all that ish out there. Because a lot of them, listen, if your butt is big enough and your breasts looking good enough, they're going to sign up for it. They're going to willing you, I'm going to sign up for it just to get next to you. See, what you got to do is you have to have a series of questions. But you got to also listen to the answers so that you can make an informed decision on if this is the man that you need to bring around your kids. So you need to see if he will include your kids naturally. Like when he talks to you, see, here's the thing. You don't have to ask a man to do nothing for your kids. Like when you date him, which is going to lead it to the next hot topic that we had. When you're dating a man that's operating on a high vibration, if you got a kid that needs a babysitter and you're going out on a date, a man will offer to take care of the sitter fee because they understand listen, I got to get a sitter. You shouldn't have to ask him. Dating, I never had to ask a dude for money to pay for a babysitter for my son, even though I had it covered. But I don't know, like this is new stuff to me where you got to ask a dude to pay your babysitter, even though chances are, like I had already taken care of it. But the way that they insisted, I'm just like, I mean, okay, it'll be something extra for the babysitter. So the next time they gonna, be willing to babysit or whatever. But you shouldn't have to ask a man to pay for your babysitter. So there was another post. The young lady, she said that, listen, it's mandatory for a man that she dates. It's mandatory for him to pay her mother to babysit for her, and then also to buy her mom some cannabis. I'm gonna say the political word. So she said, before I even consider going out with you, you gotta buy my mama some cannabis and you gotta pay her to babysit. If you can't do that, I'm not going out with you. This is your responsibility if you want to get me out. When I read that, I was just like, dang, sis, really? I'm just like, okay, at least she put it out there and she told you where she coming from. Is that necessarily true? What do you all think? Ladies, do you think it's a man's responsibility to pay for your babysitter, to pay your babysitting fees if he's wanting to take you out on a date? Do you think it's his responsibility to pay for your babysitter? he's wanting to take you out, he's coming, picking you up or whatever, you meeting him, you got to pay a sitter. Okay. Should he be reimbursing you for the sitter? Should he be paying the sitter? Or is that your responsibility since you're going out? Should he be responsible for paying your sitter? Pretty Barbie, she said, yes, indeed, Sister J. Some men will first act like they are interested in you, and then they will start to back up and lose interest and not being consistent, following through. Absolutely. But is it his responsibility to pay for your sitter to go out on a date with him? Here's the deal. Listen, ladies, I love y'all. It's not his responsibility. It's yours. Listen, them your kids, you cocked your thighs on. Ow, baby. Listen, he wasn't nowhere. Listen, he wasn't nowhere to be found when the pleasure was going on. He's like, listen, you bust that open. You bust that thing wide open with another dude. Listen, that is not my responsibility. And he's right. It's not his responsibility. Fellas, it's a good look, but it's not his responsibility. So if he chooses not to pay your babysitter, it's not his responsibility. And in my opinion, it's not, I wouldn't hold that against him, because again, we're just talking. Or if we're dating, it's still not his responsibility. We become his responsibility if we get married and now we're a family. Now this is your responsibility, because yes, I'm a package. Again, low vibrating dudes need not apply, because if I'm married to you, this is mine. Now it's us. But if you're one of those dudes that still see separation after you're married, if you're still one of those dudes that see that as her child after y'all married, those are low vibrating dudes. And ladies, y'all need to beware and be mindful of dudes like that. Fellas too, if you are with a chick and them your kids and she ain't, because listen, I'm going to tell you, it's some of these raggedy chicks. I almost called her a W word. It's some of these raggedy chicks out there too. Baby, they will go and do all the best for their kids, but then go buy your kids some second-rate used stuff, or give your kids the hand-me-down stuff, but she got her kids in all of the night. Listen, take that chick back to the trash where you found her at. So there are low vibrating men and there are low vibrating women. We got to choose better. As parents, you got to choose better. You got to look at the vibration on which these people are operating. See how they move. Pay attention to how they moving when you're dating them. And be careful. Be mindful of how your kids react. Now, listen, that's a two-edged sword on how your kids is acting, because again, some of y'all kids are just filled with the devil. That's just it. Some of y'all kids got the devil in them, okay? Some of y'all kids are the devil because you the devil. I'm just going to say it. You the devil and you gave birth to the devil. So you can't really put that off on nobody else, because don't nobody else want to be with your spawn of Satan. Because listen, they out there. They in the schools. They in a store. They on a bus. The little spawns of Satan. They everywhere. But you gave birth to them. So that's your seed. But if they not all inclusive, you got to be mindful of that. If she's not all inclusive with your kids, y'all need to be mindful of that, because this is how kids get hurt. This is how kids get physically hurt, or even worse, because you're trusting your precious plants to just anybody. You cannot do that. You can't make anybody love your kids. It just like chemistry between a man and a woman, you can't force it. And the same goes for the chemistry with your kids and that man or that woman. You cannot force that ish. Some dynamics can't be forced. And those family dynamics, unfortunately, they cannot be forced. You put a kid that don't like the person, or the person and they don't like the kid, and you put them situations together, baby, welcome to World War III in your house. because you ain't gonna never ever have no peace until either he leave or they grown and they gone. But you're never gonna have no peace trying to mix those two situations together. You ain't gonna never have no peace. He could be a good dude. She could be a good woman. But I'm telling you, like, y'all forcing these situations. Listen, that is, woo. You talk about being stressed out and stroked out, and ain't nobody got time to be stressing out about somebody's kids, especially if, listen, I ain't got the stretch marks for them. So my thing is, I meet a dude that got, look, first of all, I can't really do the little kids because, first time you tell me, you ain't my mama. I'm like, I know I'm not your mama. Your mama is ugly. Okay, that's why you right. I'm not your mama. Your mama is ugly and your grandmama can't read. See, now I'm wrong. So now she gonna call her mama and tell her mama that I done called her ugly. So now we finna have this big old spat. And it's gonna be on because yes, her mama really is ugly. Now I got to stay away from your mama because your mama is one kind of ones that like to be trying to damage people's face. No, I ain't no. First of all, my shoulder is bad, and I still got a couple more years with this face. So I'm not gonna be sitting up here trying to fight with your mama because yes, it's true. Your mama is ugly. It's really true. And your grandmama can't read. I text your grandmama. That's how I know she can't read. So now little kid crying and all, and then listen, let me get on your daddy. So now the whole family finna be mad at me. So I know I'm not the one. But if it's a little kid that really like me, whoo, I love kids. I like, oh, we can be BFFs. And I'm like, come on, girl, let's go. But if your kid got the devil in them, then I'm gonna be the devil with them, and then we just gonna be all over the place, and I'm gonna be talking. And then if they really smart mouth, then I'm gonna call them ugly. I'm like, you ugly too, because you look just like your mama. On that note, you all, we're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. Guys, listen, yes.
I get so lonely. Can't let no anybody love me. You are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. You don't ever wanna spend some time. I want your love in every drop of a dime. You see me calling, you should come running. Quit all that stalling, my body's calling. I got downtime, out of time. This could be so perfect for one hell of a night. Think you got a secret ease, Henny cold in my cup. I just wanna slow this on you, baby. We can turn it up. You had your chance, no second chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romancing. Pick up the phone 'cause I get so lonely. Can't let no anybody love me. You are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. Lately your love has been on my mind. Obviously busy, I wanna unwind. Fantasizing, thinking about you. Anticipating is about to go down. So wait. I get so lonely. You had your chance, no second chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romance. Pick up the phone, I get so.
Somebody. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, you are, we have the lovely, luscious, all right, she looking sexy today, Lady Lotus, esthetician. Wait a minute, she Chandler, or is it Candler?
Chandler.
You know how, remember that?
How?
Adam Chandler off of All My Children.
There you go.
Yep. Chandler. Listen, with a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
With a toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah, this her. Lady Lotus. How you doing tonight?
I am awesome. How are you tonight?
Good, look at you. Look at all good.
Girl, the sun was like, come outside
Bam!
today. It was like, wash your hair. Give yourself a mini facial and put some makeup on today.
Listen, she did that, you all. She did that up in here. Guys, listen, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our Facebook page and like our page at the J Spot. Also, go to YouTube and subscribe and like our channel, and that's the J Spot Radio. That is Jaye. Do me a favor, tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, Lady Lotus.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at lotuslife.com, and that's DOTCOM. And Twitter, Lady Lotus Talk. And for Keisha Candles, come through. Follow. That's Keisha, KEISHAS, Candles with a K.
Guys, yes, we'll have Lady Lotus's information posted in the comments, so definitely go to her page and check her out. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, our next hot topic. Now, listen, Lady Lotus, while you listen, you came in on me talking about the little kids, and they ugly little mamas and all this and that. So look.
The mamas was ugly too.
Yeah, the mamas was ugly.
Wait.
Only because the kid was if they have these disrespectful little kids. So, I was kind of telling them that you knew how we was growing up because we've known each other.
Let me tell you, Mama Van. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm going in. I'm about to sit in this corner, wait on your daughters to finish reading them books, and we're going to go outside. And to this day, I am still, yes, ma'am. Yes. I still feel the fear in my heart of a lot of my friends' parents.
Listen, I was telling them how we used to be with my stepfather. So I was just like, it's a big job for a man to come in with kids that are not his.
Yes.
So I totally am not mad when a man says that, you know what, I can't date a woman. I don't want to date a woman with kids because it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So, and for women too. So, but I'm like, it takes a special person to be able to embrace your kids as their own and not be with all that step-ish. Because when my stepfather, even though I refer to him as my stepfather only so people can know who I'm referring to so that I don't say a name because I still want to respect my family's privacy. But he never treated us like we were step. And the craziness that we had going on, baby, it was some craziness going on. So, but it was never like he never made us feel like we were a step. We knew that he was crazy, and that's the crazy that we got because that was the crazy that we was given. But then with his father was crazy. So it all made sense. Like there was a bigger picture. And when you put all the pieces of the puzzle together, you was like, yeah, I understand exactly what this, I understand exactly where this began. But it's like, what do you think? Like if he's dating a woman and the kids, they don't get along with him, do you think that that's a good, do you think that's a good combination to have, or even with women, if you don't get along with the kids?
I think it's the dynamic of the getting along. Are you being a jerk or an annoying kid because you just don't want to see this parent dating again? Or you just outright just a baby kid and you treat everybody like that? Now, as a mother, if my kids act like that, I'm not dating until they get out. But if my kid is trying to tell me something like, I don't really like this person, then I gotta dig a little deeper in that on why you don't like them. Because we was raised that, you know, if kids and animals don't like you, something wrong with you.
You all listen, I have to be honest. I'm gonna have a real transparent moment. I really didn't date seriously, like, and bring guys around my son because I knew karma was sitting right here.
around there.
It was waiting for me because listen, when I tell you I was the ringleader,
Gave that man the flux.
so I knew it was coming back. So I said, you know what? I'm just probably gonna ride this single thing out until my son is grown, simply because I knew in my heart, I knew I was in for the like.
Just because he grown and he moved out don't mean you still ain't in for it.
Yeah, but the karma of just the little kid, like I feel like that whole dynamic, I've avoided like a whole bunch of that because
where you live at, on what island?
Petty Island.
You know your son got to cook a cabin back in the back of Petty Island.
Oh, he too. Jeez, that.
So don't think that ship sailed. Because if we in our ages and we still petty, oh, your day is coming. That man, Jay, came into a home with nothing but women and girls. Oh, your day is coming.
I can't so I'm just so I'm hoping that part is.
I just had a revelation.
What? No! I'm scared.
The nieces and nephews. What you call that baby? The bully? Oh, the bully. Please don't bring no man around the bully.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, see, them.
Ooh, it's in her heart and in her soul to pay you back for what you did to Papa.
These people are just something else. So I know, like, I'm big enough to admit my fault. So listen, I'm big enough to admit. Listen, I know I wasn't perfect, so I already know. You know, it say you reap what you sow. Listen, the sowing that I did, I knew. Listen, it was shown to me just clear as day, just clear picture. And all that is you born. That's coming. All that's boomeranging back to you. So I'm just like, hopefully now I'm just not strong enough. I wasn't strong enough with my son when he was little because I'm just like, deep down inside, he a part of me. And that's what scares me because see, it's the outer that, you know, man, he quiet and, you know, don't them the one.
That's you though. You're very quiet.
I'm just like, oh my God, like I'm like, oh, as he was growing up, I'm just like, oh, I'm totally finna get this back because he was no trouble at all. But we were like that too. You can leave us with anybody. We was like that too. But then we had that little tick back here. And I'm like, if I got the tick, I know he got the tick. So now he's older. I know he got the tick. I done seen his tick. I'm like, oh, Lord, nam yodo reiki, nam. Yodo Reiki. So I'm not gonna do it.
I just like to send a shout out to Maz and say thank you for never giving me issues and problems.
Hey, my little sweetie pie, you got one more.
Ain't nobody talking about her. I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think trying to date with her is gonna pull over very well.
I know it's not.
She will look at me and say, "But don't you love my daddy? Don't my daddy love you? We a family, right?"
Oh yeah, yeah. This is definitely
it's a wrap.
We got Lawan. He's saying to be with a woman, you have to get the respect of those kids first. A man would take those kids as he is. Absolutely. Yes. Hey, Erica, Miss Greatness, how you doing? You absolutely do. And again, this is not for everybody. I'm not mad. Again, I'm not mad when people say that they cannot take on somebody else's kids. I totally respect that because I'm not taking on nobody's kids.
It's a lot. I will admit.
Listen, my son is good and grown. So because let me tell y'all something. I love kids, But I don't want to go to jail, y'all, because like going back now, you got to teach them how to tie their shoes and teach. I don't know, but what you saying? 1 + 1 was because I can't do it. I'm not going there because I already know I'm gonna be.
I just be wanting to throat check that little girl like, put your shoe on. I can't do it, girl. If you don't put that shoe on.
I'm just like,
Ooh.
but I don't know how. I can't. I can't. I'm like, who? Lord, what have I done? One to deserve this child and not know that 1 + 1 is 2. What you want me to do, God? Why have you do? That's what I'll be up in there, and then I'll be up in there crying.
Why have you forsaken me?
She'll be like, Miss Jaye, what? It's okay, Miss Jaye. It's what you crying for, Miss Jaye?
And that's the worst is pet peeve. This, ma.
Do you know how many times I've been up bang my head in the wall? See, this little kids will have me committed. I'm gonna tell you. I'm already gonna tell you. I'm already on the run from these psych doctors. So dealing with a little kid, I'm not even gonna run no more. I'm gonna just check myself in. And I'm going to let them know outpatient is no longer working just so I can get away from, because listen, that auntie, listen, because I had one that used to, she knew what to do too. She knew how to, she said just, auntie. Wait a minute. After
that
two
would
auntie,
touch my soul.
Driving too. I'm like, girl, you about to make me crash this car because.
That ain't your best friend. Is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So you all listen, love the kids, know it's a handful, but if you cannot love that kid with all that is in you, then don't take on the responsibility, because again, it is your responsibility. Once you become serious with that person, it should be your responsibility, and you should look at it as an honor and a privilege. But if you look at it as it's something dreadful, or you're going to dread doing it and you're not doing it from your heart, don't get involved in that situation. Just don't. Men or women, don't get involved with that situation and get involved with people that have kids. Now, you all listen, I'm just going to jump ship just a little bit because this got nothing to do with what we talking about. But when I saw this post, you all, I went to ghetto heaven. I'm going to tell you. They had a post. Again, it got nothing to do with nothing, but I just want to see how y'all feel about this. They asked, now this is for my hood people. Only hood people gonna understand where I'm coming from with this question. But somebody posted the post, my Lord, and it did something to me. They had these pops, the Faygo brand pop. Ooh. You all, listen, this is only, as Missy said, this is for my ghetto. You know, this is for us, okay? Let me tell you, all you suburbanites and y'all, you know, you're rich middle class folk, you may not understand this, but I'm telling you, when I saw that post, it was like a man had texted me, "Good morning, beautiful." Ooh, I'm just like, Lord have mercy.
What's the pineapple orange on there?
Girl, wait a minute. So, yes, what was y'all, only the hood people understand this, what was your favorite Faygo pop?
Pineapple orange. And I think that was because of my auntie, my mom's sister. They was all Pepsi crazy, but them flavors of them Faygo, was it Faygo?
Yes.
Ooh, pineapple orange. That was me. Or just plain old pineapple. I will still drink pineapple today.
You all, let me tell you,
another brand. Was it Knee High?
Wildwood.
Wildwood.
Baby, yes, bless God. Listen, God bless the hood. Okay, let me tell you something. It first for the Faygo. For me, it was that red pop. First.
Why we don't never say strawberry or cherry?
No, because it was just called. It was called red pop. Yep, yes. It was red, just red. So my family, you know, for y'all that don't know, my siblings and I, we got our own little language, and we, you know, we just different, you know, in an extra way. So we didn't call pop, we call them kidney busters. So that doggone,
why don't I remember that?
we special.
There is.
But let me tell you, you all. So okay, first, I don't drink pop. I haven't drank pop in years because I don't know how to exercise self-control. And this Faygo pop is the reason why I stopped drinking pop, because it got to the point, you all, let me just tell on myself. when I like stuff, I can be a kind of ridiculous and a little extra, and I catch myself, so I know myself. Baby, them Faygo Pops, them red pops, they
Ooh.
used to have them at Food for Less and Ultra, 5 for $10. Oh my Lord, baby, I used to go buy 5 cases and will drink and it's just me and my son. I ain't giving pop because listen, too young. I always tell them it mess with your brains.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Drink all the pop. Just drink. Lord, I was drinking so many of them pops. I just put them in the refrigerator.
A 2 liter for 99
But you know what? I see, I didn't do 2 liters. Here's why I didn't do 2 liters. Okay, so this is why I was extra. Okay, because if I did a 2 liter, first of all, I always was scared because I could go to jail buying a pop. And let me tell you why. Because if I get the pop, like I take the pop and make sure they been shook up. If I'm handing it to the cashier. I'm handing it to you for a reason. Don't put it on the thing and let it roll down the street. Now you done shook it up.
And now I don't want it.
Now you done shook the acid out the pop. You low budget. Now see, now I'm finna have to talk about your whole family because I handed you the pop because I did, and I be like, please don't let it go. I don't want it to go down the belt. So please, like this shit just. I'm like, oh,
you need all your acid.
All the acid.
All
I needed
of
to. It's just the sound when I just used to crack it open. I'm like, what? Jesus, Lord have mercy. See,
I'm still like that today with a can of Dr. Pepper.
See, that's why. See, now look how I'm acting, and I don't even have the pop in front of me. This is why I stopped because I knew it was bad. I'm just like, one day my son looked at me, and he was like, He was like, you know what, Ma, you do entirely too much. It's the simplest things. And then with the 2 liter.
Erica laughing at you.
See, with the 2 liters, then okay, so now after this, see, another thing about 2 liters is if you don't drink it all at the same time, when you go back, you got about one more time to open it after the initial time. And then it just stopped making that sound. When it don't make that sound, the pop ain't no good. I'm pouring it down the drain. No. So that's why I didn't mess with 2 liters like that. 2 reasons. Them doing all that down, just let it roll, just roll. I'd be like, okay, what's wrong with this girl? I'm like, can I get the manager over here?
She was taking out her life on your soda.
Right, just throw it down. I'm like, and you had 2 and 3, and they just let. And for other people that drink, like if I'm in a store behind somebody that's paying for pop, and they just I have to get from behind them because it makes my nerves bad because I see all of the acid just shaking, and it still does something to me to this day. Yeah, I know I got problems. That's why I don't drink it. That's why I just don't drink it.
I am not.
So I know. So it's the thing. You don't have to tell me what's wrong with me because I know what's wrong with me. It. So that red pop for that Faygo, but that Wildwood. What was your flavor for the Wildwood?
Was it like lemon and lime? The green can. But I like them better than Sprite and 7-Up for some reason. What I can tell you, I did not like orange or grape pop.
Oh yeah, no,
it tastes like medication to me. But the rest of them, cream soda and black cherry.
That black cherry, yes. That black cherry. Let me say that black cherry and that
cherry.
Peach.
Ooh, I forgot about peach.
Listen, again, these are why
I feel like going partying right now thinking about pop.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm just like. But again, I love those. Like I said, only the
root beer.
Yeah, you know what? That root beer. Now I could do root. Not Wildwood though.
Not the Wildwood one.
The real. I have to do the real. The A&W.
Yeah, you're right. I'm Barks though.
Either one of those. But the name brand. That's when you got a little money. But when them Faygo Pop and them Wildwood. So I just wanted to take
and Wildwood only came in the can. I don't remember Wildwoods in the bottle.
They was in the bottle too.
They was.
Yep. But again, like I say, it's just
do the hood store still sell these? I'm gonna have to
take a trip
to the hood.
Now the way that they set up, I'm like, I don't. They got too much traffic around now, so I'm like,
I got one for you.
What?
Hubba Bubba.
Man,
you remember the Hubba Bubba soda? It came out in that little bitty bottle.
Yes, that's like some bubble gum. Yes. See, y'all listen. The good simple life. You know what I'm saying? Simple. The good things. And let me tell you, get you a nice little pop, get you some French fries with some mild sauce. That was it.
We ain't even need $1. Matter of fact, back going way, way, way back, you could get your little bottle of soda and take that to the store and get you 10 cents and buy you 10 pieces of candy.
They don't even listen. Y'all just don't know.
I need us the hot topic one day. These people who keep on trying to talk about Generation X, because I'm about sick of it.
What you want to get it off your
Because
tongue?
they
Like you
always
mad.
talking about us like we got a problem with Gen Z. Gen Z, we have no problems with
We
you.
don't care.
Why y'all always coming for us? It's just like an Apple phone user.
Ooh.
Always coming for Androids.
Yes,
Androids
stay
don't
off of
care
us.
about y'all little Apple phones.
We sure
Let
don't.
me tell y'all something. Y'all will never understand be in the house before the street lights come on. The metal sliding boards. Y'all see that little baby going down the sliding board? His head was bopping to the
Yes, ain't
side.
nothing wrong with that.
You ever tried to go down the slide and it was so hot because it had just been in the sun from the time you
Baby.
went to school till you got out of school? We didn't play in wood chips, man.
No, we didn't. We jumped onto PP mattresses in the alley.
We sure did. We jumped off the garages
Yes, we
onto
did.
the PP mattresses.
Yes, we did.
Have you ever climbed the metal gate and got the tip of that metal jabbed in your side
Yes,
before?
Lord. Yes,
Let
Lord.
me tell y'all something. Leave us alone. Have you ever put a crate on the back of somebody's bike and sat in that crate while that person went pew, and you just back there?
Yes, or you put the little juice bottle in the
Click, 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 click,
in
click,
the
click.
in the wheel of the bike, and you made a motorcycle, baby.
See, we didn't have entertainment. We entertained ourselves.
Yes,
Duck,
Lord.
duck, goose. Boys chase the girls.
Oh yes, y'all juicing,
rigging around the rosy, spin the bottle.
yes.
We had an awesome. Do they even make big wheels for these kids anymore? The boys will pull a little thing up on the side and hit that curve.
No, ma'am.
Stop coming for us. Stop talking about us. We had the best candy, the best movies. We dressed the best.
Facts.
Y'all still having 90s parties. Stay off
To
us.
this day.
Leave Gen X alone. We crazy. We are the first infamil Similac children.
This
and that's
is
why they
true.
called us crazy, because
This
we
is
were
true.
infamil, and well, I don't one of them one now, but leave us alone.
It was just all of this powdered mess. It's just like, look, whatever. But listen, you all, new people, we don't, all of this stuff ain't, y'all just remaking what was already made, the music on down to all of this other good ish.
Y'all
So
sampling our parents' music.
Yeah, because and we know that it's a sample. Y'all the only ones crazy enough to think that they came up with it until I play the real version, and then you like, they remade this. No, the person that you listening to remade it.
Right.
That's who remade it. Okay.
Right.
Know your music before you start getting on.
Thank you for letting me
here.
get that off my chest.
No,
I'm
we have
sick
listen,
of it.
You gotta let them know.
Sick of it.
You gotta let them know what is going on. Because listen, you all, the next hot topic, what this brother done said. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about this. Fellas, listen. It's a couple of y'all. Christmas is approaching us, okay?
It's getting warm.
I'm going to be sending out Victoria's Secret gift cards to a couple of you all, okay? Fellas, y'all gonna be getting them, okay? Because of some of these things that y'all posting. I don't know. Y'all seeming like y'all need some underwear. Y'all need some pretty panties instead of these masculine drawers. Now, I don't know.
This went a whole different way than I thought it was going.
What you think?
I thought you was gonna help them out with their gifts, but you want them to buy them some panties.
Oh yeah, no, the panties are on me. I'm giving them to somebody. Listen,
they vagina.
You know what? They just first, I'm gonna get them a nice pair of briefs, and then if the briefs don't work, then we're gonna go to the thongs, because y'all now and then I'm gonna go to the smell good until you get it until you tap into your alpha vibration, because it's some things, it's just y'all not tapping deep enough, okay? Y'all surface level with the foolery.
Jay want to cover your mangina.
I do, because this post right here. So this guy, he says, you can't cook for me because I'm not your man. Yet it's okay for me to buy your dinner and you aren't my woman. How does this work? Fella, just don't date. So he's saying that, so you can't cook for me, but you expect me to treat you, you expect me to take you to dinner. No, I expect you to sit home and take you a nice bubble bath and some smell good. That's what I expect you to do.
I expect for
You,
you to court me. And I'm a
no,
court and I'm gonna court you the way you court me. I don't mind taking you to dinner, but why do I gotta cook for you if we're dating? I shouldn't even be at your house.
I'm going to give him the smell good. I'm going to get him one of them Victoria's Secret baskets. Ladies, listen, don't waste your time even arguing or trying to debate this. Just send him something nice and pretty and just make them, make them feel good. Make them feel pretty.
Get him some Lush bath
Because that's what he
bombs.
wants to feel like. He wants to he's living in his femininity. And it's okay. I'm going to let him live there.
What I don't get and I don't understand is wanting something from someone that comes from another level and you're not ready or willing to go to that next level so that you can receive that. You want somebody to cook for you, then you know what did Beyonce say? Then put a ring on it so she can cook for you.
Absolutely. Because here's the deal. Like, I mean, some of these guys are just so wrapped up in, oh, well, I got to spend my. No, you don't have to spend your money.
No.
Listen,
You could
stay
go have
home and listen, have you a bottle of lotion in one hand and choke yourself in the other hand. It's free. It's a free, listen, then you go wash your kids off your hands and you done had a nice,
date
listen,
with yourself.
everybody is happy. You done kept all your little ducats in your pocket.
But Jay,
Oh,
dating is not always about money. It's not always
it's not.
about going to lavish restaurants and all of this. If I'm gonna say this, for a good woman, for a real woman, it's the simple things that count. It's the small things. You cook her a dinner.
I don't trust you.
I know some. Okay, y'all, don't get me, but I'm mushy, I'm gushy, I'm old school.
Yeah.
You could get a blanket and take me out on the beach and have a picnic with me, and I will be just happy. Quality time is important to me. Spending time with me. I do want to go out on a date. I do want to get cute and dress up for you and go on a date, but I also don't mind saying, hey, I want to go to this place tonight and I made reservations. You be ready. There's nothing wrong with that. She got a problem with that. I don't. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Listen, in a relationship, I don't. In a relationship. But when you're courting, listen, I'm old school. I want to be courted. Make no mistake about it. And if courting is beneath you, I'm okay with that. You find you somebody that don't need to be courted. But here's the deal. Just to piggyback on what you just said, Lady Lotus, it's not about the money or having lavish meals and all this and that. Because here's the deal. Let me just tell you, and I've told y'all this before. I'm not a big dinner eater like that. I don't do red meat. I don't. So I'm actually a cheap dinner date, to be honest, because I don't drink. You're not gonna find me up in there ordering all this seafood. I mean, ordering all this. Now, listen, I am a, and she always try to put me on. He always try to put me on blast because I do like seafood. I do
love it,
but if I had the choice to go to breakfast and have coffee, I'm totally going there because that's my favorite meal. That's me. So when these low vibrating dudes make statements like that, it always gets. Now listen, fellas, if y'all want to chime in, or ladies, anybody want to chime in, 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. So I'm a cheap dinner date. When I go to dinner, I'm not ordering the most expensive crap off the menu. I'm not doing it because I don't care. If I won't, I'll say this. If I won't order it for myself when I'm on my own dime,
right,
I'm not ordering it on your dime.
Right.
And that's just how I am. I don't drink. So you sitting up there, you buying all that. So your bill, your stuff is the most expensive thing. I probably only had a doggone salad and some cranberry juice or something, depending on where it is. Because a lot of restaurants, I don't want to eat at, but I want to experience the ambiance. And
Well, you
those
just
are
have a
big
glass of
things for
water.
me.
I'll have a glass of water and a
With the
salad.
lime in it. And so I like I love cranberry juice, no ice with a lime in it. That's my drink. But as far as just going to a restaurant just to go and think somebody trying to spend your money, fellas, please stop.
So date nights for you are different. Take me to a show. Take me to a
Do
concert.
something different. But the thing is, it's just like, it's so much emphasis. Like, some of these dudes are just so low on the totem pole with their mentality.
I don't blame all of them.
I don't either.
I blame some of these young ladies who, you talked about the young lady before who took all her friends out for this man to pay for her meal and then called him all these names because he wouldn't pay for her friends.
Yeah, that was great.
Some women, some young ladies are out here dating just for somebody to buy them a meal, just for them to eat. They're really not interested in these men. They just want somebody to buy them something to eat. We got to be, winged through just like they do as well, but don't blame the problems on all of us. Don't make us all suffer.
Exactly.
Because I like food and I am the girl that's going to eat all my food. I'm not playing with my food, okay? I'm not going to get out and order steak, lobster dinners. We'll work our way up to me. I probably eat red meat once a month or something like that. But I do want my seafood.
Yeah, I do too. But if we had, my thing is, be creative. And again, listen, if you're worried about, I always say this, like, if you're worried about how much she's trying to spend, and if she's just going out with you for a meal, you have not had the proper conversations in advance. Because a woman that's going out with you just to get a meal, you're gonna know
the signs and the symptoms.
It's already gonna be there. But see, you trying to get you some goodies before having to, so y'all both in it for the wrong reasons. So somebody gonna end up disappointed.
So I like a little ratchet TV. And this ain't no plug, but I like a little ratchet TV. So Tommy has the dating show.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
so
like that.
There
too.
is this guy on here, and I wish I knew I think they call him Justice. And he came through and he was like, look, I'm not spending my money on y'all to get to know y'all. Now, I get ready to like you, then I'm going to spend my money on you. But just to get to know you, no, we're not doing that. We're going somewhere cheap. And at first I was just like, it's your presentation, how you putting it in the box and you delivering it. If you could deliver that a little better, maybe by just keeping it to yourself, you might make it a little bit further. But his presentation is like, nah, ma, I can't even take you to McDonald's to get to know you.
And McDonald's ain't cheap.
I can't even ain't no restaurant cheap no more. It's $25 for a pop, a fry, and a burger everywhere.
Man, let me tell you, my favorite coffee spot for two people, listen, that's $40 right there, just for coffee and 2 sandwiches.
Listen, the 3 of us just having dinner somewhere, 2 adults and a toddler, is $50 to $60.
Man, please.
And that used to be just go somewhere and sit down and eat some food. Remember we used to go to TGI Fridays.
Yes, that used to be the spot. Now it ain't, baby. Listen, that's. But what I'm saying is, like, had he. So to me, he's low vibrating to me. I would totally avoid a dude like that.
He's just been. It's like you got problems, you got issues. Like, why is this your lead?
Right, and it's like you've been burned. So go get you some counseling. Talk to somebody to help you sort out that tick right there, because somebody done hurt you real bad, and you need a hug. It's just some of these dudes just need a sincere hug, but some of them need a hug and a prescription.
So how do you feel about something? So how do you feel about buying a woman gifts too soon? What do you think about that? I mean, like flowers or a teddy bear or something like that. Like, do you feel that there is a possibility of showing that type of affection too soon?
No, I don't. And actually, I think it's quite flattering, because I'll never forget, like, this was a couple of years ago, like, this guy, like,
you just lit up.
Right, because it just reminded me, like, this guy, like sent the edible arrangements. Yeah, like the edible arrangements several times here. And we were not even dating. Like we had just like literally just had like a conversation, and he sent me. So when I came into the studio, Stan was like, that's for you, Jay. Who sent that? I was like, I don't know. So I'm looking, and I was just like, yeah, see, now that's how you want to get my attention.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
So
it's not too soon, and it wasn't too much. And it wasn't too soon. It got my attention. Not saying that, you know what, you had to do that but it was the thought that counts. So it's like, look at how I lit up after all of these years.
This girl just lit up.
I was just like, that was so dope. And he did it a couple of times throughout the duration of us talking, but it was always unexpected. Whenever I turned around, I'm just like, I was not expecting it, and it always brought a smile to my face, because I'm just like, man, that's what's up right there. The littlest things.
And pay attention to what a lady says she likes. Like those things for me were awesome. Like I like Hello Kitty, so I got in the car one day, and it was a big old Hello Kitty sitting in the car.
Oh, really?
My favorite color is purple. Little pieces of jewelry with purple. I love hearts. With hearts. But at the same time, I had a young man confiding into me about him liking this young lady. She had a daughter, and he was just like, I buy her this, I buy her that. I'm always doing this for her and her daughter. Like, how she just gonna turn on me and do this to me? And he listening, because I had the guy on speakerphone, and he was like, that's where you messed up at. You started buying stuff too soon.
No.
But this is coming from somebody who was buying things, but I will admit that didn't start exactly at the beginning. It came in with, okay, I like her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like things evolve in relationships as we start filling in more. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get that feeling, that when you get that very white feeling in your heart, you gonna take somebody out to dinner. You're gonna be like, come on, baby, I got dinner tonight. Trust me. Because you gonna be if he your boo. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about like
I plan for my boo. I plan. Listen,
see,
like I'm a good boo planner.
See,
but wait, first let me see. So like what he did was like, okay, so another, like, oh my God, like, so another time, like I get good dudes. Like when I get a dude, I get good dudes. So like he sent me flowers from, oh my God, to my job for my birthday. Like this huge, like, I mean, I came up to the front. They were like, you got a delivery in the front. I'm like, a delivery? So I go up to the front, and it's this huge thing of flowers. And I'm just like, and so I looked, I was like, ah! Then it's like, I get home one day, Q2, big old, I'm just like, flowers. So like, listen, and I'm like, I don't feel like it's ever too soon.
Yeah.
And the thing about it for me is like, it's the littlest things. And I'm like, I'm always so grateful because they may be little things, but they made a lasting impression. And they were good things.
But don't you want to put that back on him?
So for my boo.
Okay.
Man. And I like doing things like that. I'd be like, my question is, what have you done? What have you not experienced with anybody else before? And I want to kind of us to be, I'm big on that first time experience. It's like, if you haven't been to this restaurant before, or you haven't done this particular thing, then that's what I want to do. Let's do that together. So, because I'm big on creating memories.
Right.
So I'm like, I know, like, this is your first time ever going to this place. You'll always, so now when you go, if you ever go here again, you'll always think about me. That. So I like doing, but that's just for my boo. But these random dudes, like, if you're trying to get to know me and you're trying, I need to be courted. I need to be shown that, listen, you on Team J, because guess what? When we together and when I'm down for you, I'm down for you. When I'm against you,
I'm
I'm against you.
It's
So,
levels to all of it. It's levels to the courting, us passing the courting into the exclusive. It's just you and I. It's just the two of us dating. But then that's still we're just dating.
the thing is to me, and I don't think here's let me just specify this. When you're in a relationship, taking care of each other, it's mutual. I don't believe that the man should only take care of the woman and then his needs should not be
Right.
met. I'm not that chick.
Right.
I believe that you need to take care of him. You guys need to take care and sow into each other because it's our relationship and we have to both be happy. Because if I'm not making you happy, then what are we doing? Like, I don't want not Nim, dude. If Jay don't make you happy, I don't want you to do this.
So piggybacking off of last week's conversation with what is the role between a girlfriend or a relationship and a marriage, to saying if you in a relationship, I'm taking care of you, you happy, I'm happy. You live in your own place, I live in my own place, but we together. Is there a line for you on what I'm not going to do to what I'm going to do because we haven't reached that place of
Right.
marriage, we live together? Like, is there still, do you still feel like there is another step?
The step is marriage. Like,
exactly.
Like that's the step. Like, it's my thing is this. Like, I don't do ultimatums, but it's only so long that I'm gonna go through with a relationship before I'm gonna back out. Because clearly you already like you you're not team J. Like, you're not
Right.
team forever in this with me.
Right.
That's just me personally. I'm not going to put an ultimatum out on you. You've experienced this, you've seen, you've got a sample, you've got a preview of this movie. Clearly you don't like the movie. Clearly you read through a few chapters of the book, you scanned through it, and you don't feel like this is a book that you want to read the entire book, so you put it back there on the table. It's still sitting there on the table, but you ain't picked it up to finish the whole book because you're not interested. I'm okay with that. I'm going to go ahead on and do this right here, and I'm going to let you find your forever home. That's just me. I back away real quick. I can back away easily without no hassle or no fuss. And the reason why I can do that, because at the end of the day, I know I gave it my all.
Right.
I gave you 100 of me, and it wasn't what you wanted. And I'm okay with that. But here's what I will say. You won't find another one. That's what I will say.
Facts.
You'll find you a chick, but you ain't gonna find Jay. And that's all I can say, because here's the deal. At the end of the day, being a good woman, listen, I know, as they say, I know I'm a jam good woman. I know this. Jam good. And I'm okay with that. But I always like to compare it to drinking coffee. The way I drink mine, it ain't for everybody.
That is not coffee.
It ain't for everybody.
It's the J mix.
And it's not for everybody. And I always say that because just because it ain't for you, don't mean it ain't good to somebody.
Somebody else gonna like it just the way it is.
This is not your forever home over here. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. We go our separate ways. You find your forever home and I'll find mine. And it is what it is. I'm
Right.
like, at this point in my life, I have no more time for beef
Foolery.
and issues and all this and that, because it leads on to, and that was a great segue into what we're talking about tonight, commitment issues.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I always like to say, either you is or you ain't my baby. That's it. Either you is or you ain't.
You is or is you ain't my baby.
It ain't no confusion in it. And it's like, when it's made to be complicated. Like, shout out to my man, good friend of the J Show, Lisa E. Finkel, and super producer Lisa E. and her artist Sean White. He has a song out that's called Easy to Love. That is like my
I'm
anthem.
gonna have to check that out.
I'm easy to love. And the moment you make loving me complicated, I'm not your forever person.
Right.
And I can respect that. I can respect that because I'm not drama. I'm not craziness today. Now, let me tell y'all something.
Let me tell
Yesterday,
you could roll back in that craziness stuff.
you sure can.
Because
You can
crazy
get-
come with you, but it's a different kind of crazy. Like, let me clarify. Her crazy is not I bust the windows out your car.
Because my knees
Cause
ain't
you
bad.
didn't
Knees
mend
bad.
my broken heart.
Right.
She can be. That was the 90s us.
That's
As
not
the
standing heels
adult,
like that.
as the adult crazy is just personality. I think some people don't get that personality. Like, I do crazy things, I say crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I
that's
might
true.
just bust out with a little dance in the middle of the dance floor and you ain't even go.
Yes. Or sing to yourself, talk to yourself.
I might just be in the bathroom holding a whole conversation with myself. I will call myself stupid, quick, fast, in a hurry because I done had a conversation with myself in my head.
Listen,
We
I was
did
up in here
that.
talking to myself earlier. Stan gonna say, "Who is you talking to?"
My grandma said that we can talk, and
Mm.
she know my grandma.
Yeah.
My grandmother said that we can talk to ourselves as long as we don't answer.
Oh no, I was having
But
a
I
full
answered
conversation.
myself.
Me too. I'm like, listen, if I can't talk to myself, then who can I talk to? Just like, yeah, no, yes, that's Sean White.
That's
Nope,
what it say.
nope.
That says Sean White.
Oh,
Right
yep,
there.
that one. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna put
And
that on.
he's so that I love that song, but it's like you have to. It's you want it to be organic. Like at this point, anything that you have to force on somebody, like I don't even have the energy for that. And what changed all of that craziness around is for me, when I stepped into this grown woman ish, I'm just like, wait a minute.
It's so relaxing.
I'm just like, I'm the ish. Like, I don't have to run and chase and fight over, argue over. I don't have to do that. What I'm going to do is sit back and bask in all this grown woman that I am, and you do whatever it is that you do, and I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to be happy with doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to worry about what you over there doing
Right.
or who you over there doing it
Right.
with, because the moment you feel like you're not on Team J no more, I'm okay. Like Orange Juice Jones said, you dismissed.
Not orange.
You,
Not orange juice.
y'all younger ones, look them up.
You better.
You dismissed. He
He
didn't.
saw her standing in the rain.
Yes, he did.
They was holding hands.
Yes.
And he dismissed her.
That's right. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. He
In
did
a
not bust a
hurry.
sweat. He didn't break a
Pull
sweat.
that open because I'm gonna bust a sweat.
He didn't break. He didn't bust not a sweat, and neither should you. So when we're talking about commitment, first of all, what do you for you? What is commitment? When you hear commitment, what do you think of when you hear commitment? What is your like? What is your definition of commitment? What does that mean to you? Oh, we're committed. I'm in a I'm in a committed relationship. What does that look like for you?
In the committed relationship, it's like you said, we got each other's back. It's us. There's nobody else playing in this game. It's him, it's I. I trust you, you trust me. You're not worried about me being with nobody else. I'm not worried about you being anybody else. I can cry in front of you. I can be my true 100 self in front of you, and you should be able to be that with me. Now, I feel like it's levels to commitment because we could be in a committed relationship, but that next step is still that committed marriage. For me, some people could just be like, I have people and friends who've been together 15 years and didn't get married until them 15 years or 16, 17 years, but they were in committed, loving relationships. We live together. We're doing these things, even in separate homes. To me, committed is it's just us. There's nobody else playing in this playground, in this field. You keep your eyeballs in your head, and I'm gonna keep mine in my head.
Well, I listen now. I'm gonna have to look Now, I done
You better
told
keep
you.
them eyeballs in your
I done
head.
told y'all because I can't expect him to keep his eyeballs because I know I'm not gonna keep mine. But I told y'all
Just don't let me see you
that's
not keeping your eyeballs.
see the thing is I say look, but don't get stuck. See, that's where they go wrong at when they get stuck there. Now we have a problem because if you get stuck, then guess what? I'm gonna get stuck. Now you're gonna be trying to grab my. Listen, no. See, no, we ain't
I
gonna
don't
be
want
doing
to. If
all
you
that.
gonna look, you just make sure you ain't with me when you look.
I'm
Respect
looking.
me when you with me, cause that's what's her name said. Don't what?
It's
What?
gray jogging suits. Gray jogging pants is about to come up.
And I'm not finna be with my man walking down the street, and here comes some gray jogging pants, and I'm sitting here trying to do this. Look at the gray jogging
If
pants.
it happens, it
I got
happens.
all
That's all
these
I'm
jogging
saying.
pants over here by me.
If it happens, it happens. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm not gonna get stuck there. So he get free looks with me. Just don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck. That's all I'm saying.
Here, look, Pretty Barbie said, to me, commitment is when you get serious. It is a one-on-one thing, and then also you won't have no other options no more, because that's the person you engaged yourself to. You are ready to take it to the next level with that person.
So, according to an online source, a commitment is a promise to do or give something. A promise to be loyal to someone or something. So what do you all think? And fellas, chime in and help us if y'all brave enough to do so. If y'all want to talk to us, 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953 if you all want to talk to us. But what keeps a man from wanting to commit to a woman? What keeps him from wanting to commit? What are some common things that really legitly keeps him from wanting to commit? Hey, Dre Gates, how you doing? What keeps a man from wanting to commit to a woman? Now, I want some fellas, if y'all want to tell us, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say, because I don't want to speculate on what keeps a man from wanting to commit to a woman. So what I will do is I'll just go ahead on and tell y'all what, according to thus said the online. So, well, first, do you want to give a guess on what makes men not want to commit?
I am an inquiring man, a woman, and I would just like to know. My thing is, what is the problem with fully committing? I feel like I have seen long-term relationships, been in long-term relationships. Where does the second level of that commitment come in, to where I don't even care if it's not in a church, like a spiritual ceremony of commitment?
Well, Dre Gates, he says himself, if it's just him with a good woman. Pretty Barbie, she said he might be afraid of failing in the next relationship. I think it's mostly fear. So, according to an online source, here are 3 reasons he won't commit. First, he's not ready for the responsibility. So while he may really enjoy being with you, perhaps he's not at a point in his life where he truly wants to consider someone. He's just not ready to commit. The second one, he feels pressure. He's not interested in the future. He just likes how things are, and he just wants to go with the flow. Here's the deal. It's a time limit. There's a time frame on going with the flow. That's all I'm going to say. It's only so long I'm going to go with the flow till the flow is going to be redirected. Just like the tides on the beach, it come up to the shore, but after a certain time, that it start going the current is redirected. That's how this relationship is going to be. We're going to redirect this ish. That's what I'm saying. So there's a time limit on that flow. Now, this is the final one. And here's the thing. I've had to tell myself this on a time or two. I've had to have this conversation with myself, because a lot of times I want them to tell me and do. Sometimes they just not going to do it. Now, ladies, listen, this one breaks my heart. This breaks my heart. And I listen, I'm going to say this. I'm going to look right here at me, because as I say this, I say it to me too, because I've had to definitely accept this. Listen, this matter of fact, let me take a sip.
Just say it, Jay.
I'm gonna say it because this right here, this is gonna bless your spirit because it blessed mine. It wasn't easy. That we as women, this is sometimes we just don't want to hear this, but you're just not the one.
Oh, I'm fine with that.
You not the one. You not his forever home. Now, I won't listen. We done put all of this. Because if y'all listen, I wear my emotions right here on my sleeve, and I don't make it a secret. I'm very emotional when I'm into you and you my person. I'm all in. I'm there. And I'm very emotional. And my feelings are sensitive. I talk a lot, but you know what? My feelings, I'm not going to say nothing that I don't mean, that I'm not sincere about what it is that I say when I'm with that person.
Oh, pretty Barbie.
What?
She said, is it possible to meet the right person at the wrong time? Definitely.
You know what? I'm iffy about that because here's the thing about men that we got to just say this. Now, they gave I got these 3 reasons from the online source. But let me just give y'all a couple of facts about men and their commitments. Men, they commit to their barbers, okay? They commit to their barbers. They gonna go line them up. Listen, if Ricky ain't in there, he ain't getting lined up, okay? They commit to their barbers. And they commit to their favorite sports team, even if they are the underdogs. So they don't have a problem with committing. They just don't want to commit to you. They commit to working out. They commit to the boys' trips every year to the such and such. They commit to all of these other different things, but they won't commit to you. They won't commit to you. Notice the trend. They can commit to everything and everybody else. And it's so organic. Nobody has to pressure them to come with them. Listen, every night, once a month, we meet for the spades game. Every 3 months, we going on a road trip. Every 6 months, we doing this. Those are commitments. He's making commitments all over the place. All these commitments. But none for you. Let that sit in. He making all these commitments over here, but he ain't made not one commitment with me. No commitment with me. He committed here. Oh, I'm busy. But this is a commitment. This is a commitment. This is a commitment. I told one guy, and he told me, he was like, don't say that no more. But let me tell you what I told him. He was always saying how busy he was and this and that, so I simply let him know. I said, your dog get more attention than I do.
Ooh.
You make sure you walk your dog faithfully every morning at 8:00. Every morning, rain, sleet, or snow. But you mean to tell me that in the process of walking your dog at this scheduled time, you can't find the time to text me or call me as you walk your dog? Don't you ever save that drama.
Right.
Okay. Again, we commit to what it is that we want to commit to. We commit to what's important to us. And I say, here's the deal. I'm not mad because your dog is more important. See, I'm going to be petty if nothing, because I'm going to let you, what you not going to do is sit up here and keep blowing smoke up my behind and then don't think I'm going to fart. Because now the fart is the regurgitation of the bullish that you keep feeding me. It's only so many times you're going to feed me this bull until it's done.
Okay, Dre. Dre said maybe the woman is cool to hang with, but not worth committing to in a monogamous relationship.
And that's real. Fine. I can respect that. Tell me that. Don't keep telling me you don't have time, but here it is, you walking Fifi every morning. Fifi, you picking Fifi up, you cleaning out the Fifi, you feeding Fifi every morning.
Let me tell y'all something, fellas. We would rather for you to be honest with us and hurt our feelings with honesty
And let me go.
than hurt our feelings with lies and deceit, or just dragging me along because you don't want to hurt my feelings. You just dragging me along. You just playing with me. You know you don't really like me like that. You know you don't really see a future with me, but you're just dragging me along because you worried about my feelings. But don't you think that that hurts feelings to drag somebody along, faking the funk and pretending? Just be honest. Just keep it 100. It's something that I always told my sons. Never lie to a girl.
Yep.
We want 9 times out of 10 the same things that y'all want. If you want to hit it and quit it, 7 times out of 10, we probably cool with that. If we not, we'll be honest with you and say, nah, I don't want that. But it's a song about that. Girls like it too. We might be down for the cause of a one night stand, or even if you're not feeling me, you're not feeling me. Just be honest. Even if you've been with me 5, 6, 7 years and you know what? This ain't going nowhere. Be real. Be honest. Don't pick a fight with me. Don't argue with me. Don't hold stuff in. Let it out. Be real. I'd rather leave you being friends or trying to be cool with you than hating you and talking bad about you somewhere else.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Dre, he's saying this sounds personal. Well, Dre, it's not, we're just talking, but we have relatable. We can all relate at some point. Everybody on this feed can relate to what it is that we're saying. Pretty Barbie, you're saying if that's the case, then they shouldn't approach a woman acting like they are into her at first and then want to lead her on. I'm like, speak from the heart. Stop approaching as if you are interested when you are not. I don't like it. That is one of my pet peeves.
Oh, can I?
Go ahead.
Okay, Pretty Barbie. In the first initial meet, he is interested. You are interested. But maybe it's something about your personality, something you don't want to do, something you may want to do. He might not like the sound of your voice. I had a homegirl that really liked this guy, but he chewed gum and made noise when he chewed gum. And this was a awful pet peeve for her. And I'm like, if you can't get past it, for some of us, we're going to say that's a stupid thing to break up with somebody for. But if that is a pet peeve for you and it is irritating your soul, no matter how good of a man this is, why stay? You got to understand the process that we are supposed to go through with dating. That means I'm getting to know your ins and your outs. And just because I like A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, I don't have to like X, Y, and Z. And X, Y, and Z may be my deal breakers. I like to say, what's a deal breaker for you? Sometimes they don't know, but if that deal breaker come up and I'm doing it, let me know. Either I'm going to say I'm not changing that. I'm staying right here. You're going to have to get a little bit more from me. Give me a little bit more for me to get there, or whatever the case may be. But it's a relationship. It's not like a parent and a child that you got to do what I say. So I feel like in that approaching moment, he did like you. He liked what he saw.
That's definitely a great point. And Dre, he says, thank you. We do. When we first meet, it's us showing this is the best of us. Now, what keeps a woman from wanting to commit to a man? What is one thing that you would say that keeps a woman from wanting to commit?
I don't know, because I just want to be loved and I just want to love somebody. Now, I could tell you what'll make me just not want to be around you. Like, I don't know. I don't like an insecure man. I cannot stand an insecure man. It irritates my soul. I can't deal with dishonesty, for no reason whatsoever. Did you drink that water? It's sitting in front of you. Why? Are you sure?
See, now,
if I ain't committing to you, I'm just not gonna be with you, because I ain't out here playing games.
So now, according to an online source, they're saying that first, she's too independent. She enjoys being with you. She's just not ready to be responsible for anyone's feelings and is happy living life without restrictions. That was me. Like I was like this, because I couldn't say the S word. But once I got over that,
What's the S word?
I can say
Oh,
the submit
say it
word.
slow.
I can say it. I can say it now.
Okay, good job.
Oh, I've been delivered, y'all. It was hard. But
She said it.
at one point, like I already knew, like I had made it up in my mind. I'm like, I'm not ready to listen. I'm not ready to be responsible for anybody else's feelings because I like going and doing where I want, whatever I want to do, which was not that much, but I didn't want to have anybody's feelings to be accountable for anybody's feelings. So once I got that out of my system, I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to like see how you doing. I'm ready for all of that ish. But at first I wasn't ready. So I totally understand that one. The second one is she's still holding on to past relationships. She's still hurt from a previous relationship and has not let it go. And then, fellas, just like for the women, she just ain't, you ain't the one. You ain't found your forever home with her. She like, listen, I love you, but yeah, you gotta go.
The weird thing is we are so open to be like, you're not it. I'm about to go bye. And it's so hard for them to tell us bye.
Yes, because women, we typically want to commit. So if you got too many women not trying to, clank you down, I don't know. You just, I don't know. Just maybe want to
look in the mirror.
See about that. You need to probably get you a real woman that's your friend because they're typically honest about, like, I have some real good guy friends that I confide, listen, and I done been told, and they're married. So
Who calls you insecure, Dre?
So my thing is, they're like, Jamala, you talk too much, or you say this, or you say you can't be. So I've had counsel from the men that have been in my life since childhood. So these are not men that, we finna get. Listen, now I already know everything is real. If the opportunity far and never land ever existed, and it was a chance that we could get together afar and listen, I already know.
I'm not.
But
I'm done.
These are men that I value their opinions, and they're like, listen, men like this, men like you could be too aggressive sometimes. That mouth, that pothole, So I've been told all of that through the years.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I think it's important to always have. I'm saying this. It is always important to have male friends and female friends, but they need to just be
friends.
Those friends, not somebody that you used to sleep with and y'all don't sleep together no more. She's still your friend or he's still your friend. You're a true friend that you can go sit down and talk to and get that opinion from and tell them what's going on so they can, and they need to be biased people. They're not just going to take your side because you the homeboy, or she not just going to take your side because you her brother, but give you honest, biased opinions. Like Jay said, I have a male friend that left me, moved away. I need him back in my life because I need my advice. But he always kept it 100 with me, like, nah, you can't act like that. Or he would keep it honest with me about what he really felt like that guy might have been on at the time. Because I'm just gullible.
And then, but here's the thing too with women. We don't have a problem with committing to our nail techs, our hairstylists, our estheticians, our people that do our feet. Everybody, we don't have a problem with committing with that. So here's the deal, people. We commit to who and what we want to commit without a problem.
I need a phone call.
There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We commit to what we want to commit to. So guys, listen, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on YouTube at the J Spot Radio. And guys, Jay is spelled Jaye. Until next time, you all have a good night. Peace out.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.